My name is Lucy McLean, and I'm an active contributor to the well-being of my community.
It's great to talk with you. I'm so excited to dive into the show. I just loved it from start to finish, and your work on the production design side of things was just magnificent. For
Oh,
a
thanks.
fan of the game.
It was such a, gift, because I didn't really know, honestly didn't know I knew roughly what the game is. In fact, I gave it to my son for Christmas along with Xbox 4. I mean, an Xbox. And he said, you gave me the game. And I said, I did? And he goes, yeah, I said, did we play? And he goes, yeah, you sucked. And he said, but it changed my life because he became a huge gamer. And so he was the most excited about it when I landed the show. But once I started to learn what the game was and the fan base and how the deep story that I used to fall asleep listening to the history of the Brotherhood of Steel or, whatever it was, I immersed myself in it and I began to really love the look of the show. And because we were doing a new part that hadn't, it's not a game in any of the games, it's all in LA. It's, sort of after Fallout 4, and we were closest to Fallout 4. I got to what I call Fallout locations or whatever it is. You start to learn enough about the game that you suddenly go, oh, like the decorator, her name's Regina Graves. She literally could tell you, go online and you can make a kit, how to make your apartment look like a vault room in Fallout. Because we didn't do all vintage stuff. We did stuff you can literally buy on Amazon or Wayfair or whatever. And you can actually now like print crazy wallpapers and rugs even, and you can get all that. I mean, we actually, a couple of them manufacturers, we called them up and I said, hey, everything Fallout, it's all about scale, right? And the Pip-Boys are huge in the game, huge. So, and I talked to Todd Howard about it. I said, we're shrinking the Pip-Boy and I feel like, and he said, oh no, he said, the Pip-Boy is big in the game because you have to play it on your screen. He said, no, the Pip-Boy should be smaller. And then we had Ella Purnell, who's a tiny girl, and it's like she has a tiny wrist. And so we had to proportion everything, but I kept it exactly the way it looked. And we shrunk it down and they wanted it to work. So we stuck I don't know, I forget what the prop guys did it. And I don't know which phone, we found some weird phone that actually could fit in that thing. So when they're using it, you're seeing it's not replaced later in post. We actually did all that stuff. Because it was important to everybody that there be reality mixed with CG. For instance, we want the suit to work. And I said, oh, that's the first thing I did. I was like, do you know how long that takes? And it was like, and I had never really done it. And we got this company called Legacy who does like Iron Man and all that stuff. And they were experts at it, but to make this suit fully functional, have actors get in it as well as stunt people, that was a real challenge. But it was very important that these tangible things be mixed with the things were enhanced, and so I think that helps make you feel like you're in the game more because so much of it is real. Like that whole junk town, that's all real, everything in there. We found this crazy. I went online and found this crazy junkyard in New Jersey that had only been in business between 1946 and 1966, and they shut it down. So everything in it was period correct to Fallout or, in the retro futuristic of the world. There were rows of 1960 buses and there was an airfield next to it, a military base, and they stuck jet fuselage pieces and cockpits on top of the buses. So when Lucy comes in to go into Philly and she's walking, everybody's trying to sell her rad roach meat or whatever disgusting thing they could. That's all real. When she's walking through the woods of cars, those cars got dumped there in the 40s and a forest grew up around them. They've been there so long. That's all real. And so it was so cool to be able to take that stuff, find stuff and go, oh, that's Fallout. We gotta grab it, because there is stuff, it comes from somewhere. So that was really fun and part of trying to make it feel like a film, feel real. So it was great.
Well, I love that incredible attention to detail. It really did blend together well. And
yeah, the game isn't the game without the detail. And I said that in the very beginning, and they said, "Oh, I said we're gonna do the game," and I said, "Oh, great." I go, "Oh, you don't know what that means." One of the line producers actually at one point walked through the steps and said, "No more rivets, no more rivets." And then we figured, then they weren't wrong, because it was putting them all on by, we figured out a system of how to do it much faster, so it got cheaper. So I of course, I said, you can't cut the rivets, you got to have the rivets. They gotta have a lot of rivets, so it's part of the texture of it all. So.
Well, you nailed it, and I see I'm out of time, so I will have to let you go. But thank you so much for giving me all of that wonderful insight, and I hope you can keep that ball rolling into season 2 if that news comes along, because you've done an incredible job with this first season.
Thanks. I had a great team, and I worked with great collaborators, and I think that's part of it all.
And with that, now our friends become neighbors. Good luck, 32ers. Hit it.